Okay, it's another tier 10 game. You know what that means? Gold. That means gold's gonna come at us from everywhere. Now what are we gonna do? I'm not quite sure. We're not gonna survive very long in the open ground with all these tank destroyers. We might have to go down into the valley, but then again, let's see what our team does. Because honestly, like I told you, this has an insane power to weight ratio. This is a fucking souped up American sports car. So we can actually keep up with the medium tanks. It all just depends on where we're going. And nobody's going north. So, fuck it. But then again, we're not gonna be able to really get in. You know what? No. See, we're gonna go north. Why are we gonna go north? Because I know what's gonna happen in that situation down there. We're gonna get stuck in a situation where we're staring at all their tier 10 heavy tanks. We're gonna have to shoot gold, but they're gonna also shoot gold at us, so we're gonna die. So, best to avoid the entire situation altogether and abuse our redonkulous speed to actually go off and do something on the other side of the map. And maybe not encounter the tier 10 vehicles. But it looks like we're gonna encounter a bunch of, well, medium tanks and a Walker Bulldog. Alright. Oh look, Senpai Type 61 is here to support us. Maybe he'll notice I'm the devil incarnate. Let's see here. Okay, so now we're gonna turn that little button off in my brain that wants to play the game, and we're just gonna sit in a position where we have a pretty good firing angle and wait for the enemy to walk directly into our line of fire. Because they are, in fact, simply medium tanks. It don't matter. They don't have any pushing ability. Oh! That's threatening. And I also missed. Also, this is a bad angle. Well, at least it's one tier 10 vehicle. Only one, but now we've lost our scout. Click, click, Lorraine! Alright, well, since we're dealing with a tier 10 vehicle, now we're gonna press 2. Because why wouldn't we? Remember, we're a terrible person here on this series. So we're gonna do everything we possibly can in order to win. Because that's the game, right? Winning under any circumstance. Right? That's a good sportsman. Looks like the enemy's mostly withdrawn, though. It looks like the enemy, our team down in the southern flank, is basically getting absolutely destroyed. What a shocking surprise that is. They're mostly staring at tank destroyers, and it looks like all the frontline tanks got immediately obliterated by tank destroyers. And look, oh look, there's a Chrysler GF on the enemy team, and he's murdering people. Wow. And you see, he got up on the hill, too. See, that man knows how to play the video game. That man's a sportsman. He knows. But, well, let's move up here to see if there's the enemy is actually still fucking here. Because honestly, I expected a little bit more action out of, you know, a tier 10 medium tank. The Type 61 got spotted before I did. This thing's camouflage rating is suspect. Oh, that was standard APCR. And I shot the turret then. Ah! He's shooting me through my, tracks. Let's see here. Right. And that's bounce. Well, it's not unassailable, is what I was trying to say. Oh well, we were going to lose basically fucking anyway. You see, that's what happens when I turn that little button on in my brain that wants to play the video game. I dive, so we need to stop doing that. Sorry, I need to train that impulse out of me. But we were gonna lose practically fucking 15 to zip. So, we just made the situation a little bit faster. We were gonna die anyway. It's just a matter of fucking time. So it seems like this tank can't really do anything in a tier 10 situation, which is about what I expected. I mean, the Chrysler GF on the other team had a pretty good game, I think. He got 1 kill. Right? Where is he? Yeah, alright, 1 kill. Maybe we should be a bit more, I don't know, forward with the rest of our team. And not strike off on our own in that situation, especially not in a tier 10 game. Maybe we should actually adhere to some form of logic with this vehicle. And... where's the shot that kills the STRV? Where is it? I know it's back there. Is the Chrysler gonna do it? No. It's the 1390. That was a fucking atrocious game anyway. It wasn't up to me anyway. So, oh well. Moving on. I didn't make any money. I lost money because I shot premium ammo at the Object 140. Oh well. I'm allowed to make stupid decisions. Nobody thinks I'm good at the video game anyway. Alright, another tier 10 game. Oh fucking joy. This is what I get for playing at, well, 4 in the morning. But oh well. I woke up into the middle of the night and I said, you know what? Let's just go be terrible people. But... well, this should be a little bit more accommodating, I suppose. We still have tier 10 tank destroyers to worry about. We're still gotta watch our backs. But, it's mostly tier, well... actually, there aren't really any tier 9... see, that's the thing. It's mostly tier 8s. That's funny. It got really compressed. There are only 2 tier 10s. That's actually... I didn't think that was actually possible. I thought the lowest that we were ever going to get was 3 tier 10s, and then, like, 4 tier 9s. But apparently, the matchmaker is being very inventive about this. So there are only 2 tier 10s on the enemy team, 3 tier 9s, and everything else is tier 8. Alright, fine, whatever. And nobody is going this direction. And this is a lot of hills, so it's going to fuck with my gun depression. But it looks like somebody needs to go to fuck over here. Then again, honestly, what we need to do is make sure the bulk of our team actually survives the first fucking engagement they run into. So you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with our team here. Well, fuck you, Panther 88. I'm stat padding here. Okay, so we're just gonna go over here. Oh, STA2. What are you doing? Angle, 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 angle. Click. I have reached the optimal fighting position. You must now withdraw from the field of honor. Alright, fine. Middle it is. That JPE, though. I hope my teammates can handle themselves. I keep clicking them. At least it's the 105. It does a lot of damage. Where's he going? He thinks he's gonna flank us. It's not gonna work, though. Because I'm standing right here, and I'm about as fast as him. Well, there's the middle broken. Alright, so I suppose what we're gonna do now is going to go into a flanking position. You see, this is a flanking vehicle I'm starting to see. I'm starting to get the general ideas. We're supposed to go around the enemy and then surprise them with our massive girth. Not go directly into the fight. That gives them a chance to press 2. We don't want to do that. But it looks like the enemy made actually a cripplingly poor placement decisions here. So, let's go click some people. The rest of the base is pretty much secure. KV4, if you would, please. KV4! I could have been my ammo rack. Alright, fine. You guys go over there. I'm gonna go kill this Hawk 12. Why? Because I like smushing people that are smaller than me. That's why I bought this tank. However, I actually need to fucking hit them in order to do that. That's a problem. Oh. I'm exposing too much of my side. I need to learn the angle shenanigans. This is not the TOG or... Aren't you an annoying fucker? You see, I don't fight these guys terribly often. Alright. I lost, but honestly, I almost never fucking get to engage those vehicles. That's actually probably the first time I've actually engaged one frontally. So I died, but, oh well. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Look at the tank that I'm driving. Do you think you think people really care? People are gonna call me a shitter anyway. So, why bother? We might lose, though. That's kind of sad. Oh well, I got my fill of blood anyway. I clicked people. Well, we got enough big guns clustered in this fucking corner to actually win this fight. Yeah, well. But yeah, that's actually the first time I've actually gotten into a standing engagement with a Swedish tank destroyer. You've probably seen me fight them in a couple of cases, but honestly, that's the first time I think it's been one-on-one in that kind of situation. So, I made an honest mistake there. Oh well. Come on, Proto Man, you can do this. Maybe you can't. Maybe your connection's too terrible. Maybe he's Brazilian. Oh, this is just a series of unfortunate events, isn't it? Come on now. Well, at least I'm not the only one who looks stupid today. It would seem as though the enemy tier 10s have broken through. And I'm starting to see a situation here where if I had actually gone to the main line, I probably would have been able to actually kill these tanks, which now have basically no health. Sorry, as I seem to be perfecting a playstyle in the midst. But then again, this is why you watch me play video games, or rather why I record this, so you get to see everything. The inspiring victories, and the horrifying, embarrassing defeats, such as that one. But oh well, well, everyone knows World of Tanks is 14, well, it's you versus 14 people versus 15 people. The 14 people you can't actually shoot, or you're gonna get in trouble. Oh well, we made enough money. We're making more money than we were in artillery, so at least there's that. Alright, next game. Honestly, I feel like I don't have to care anymore with this vehicle, because I know if I win, it doesn't mean anything, because, haha, Fonto's winning in an overpowered vehicle, and if I lose, haha, serves you right for playing an overpowered vehicle. It's a no-win situation, so honestly, what I'm doing here is I'm just working for my own enjoyment. Maybe that's why I sound a little bit happier, I suppose, but then again, people say that me losing my shit is entertaining. Oh, look, a tier 8 game. Which is what I suspect people are enjoying about this video series now. And probably laughing at the fact that I keep dying repeatedly in incredibly embarrassing ways, but sue me. I'm trying to be a terrible fucking person. This is, well, maybe this is good training for ranked battles. You're gonna see me and a mouse doing basically the same thing. Probably with a little bit more, I suppose, a little bit more, showmanship. Or a little bit more professionalism about the entire event. Maybe this thing will fund my artillery grind, and me shooting gold 24/7 out of a mouse. Maybe, just maybe, this is the engine of all the things that I've come to hate about this video game, as I embrace them. About the only thing this thing needs to be fitting is it belching green fire out of its exhaust. It's powered by Aether. What's Aether? My bullshit magic substance in my writing. Everybody has one. Hi, Panther! That's a nice, really, really long gun you got there. However, it's not really gonna do you any good. Click. Alright, one tank did, without even actually having to try. Okay, so now we're gonna go over here, and then bounce off the fucking revalorized Sherman. You're gonna have to back up sometime, boys. You're not gonna be able to hold that position like that. Watch now as Fonto ceases playing the video game in order to win the video game. I'm making sure nobody makes any dumb moves over here. I'm security. I'm just here to get paid. Oh, look. T10. Or 110. It doesn't look like anyone's actually going to be playing the video game here today. Ah, wall. Oh, look. Now they decided to come play the video game. Look at these chuckle fucks. Oh, now I'm permatracked. But oh well. I still got a fairly advantageous position. Oh, he's gonna permatrack me. Look at this Boy Scout. I'd love it if my team was actually here to help me. Yep, but now I've got that. So now we're out of that terrible situation. Oh! Oh, you thought you were gonna be heroic and kill the Black Knight. What a fucking shame, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. We're still gonna lose this, because my teammates are falling apart around me. But oh well. I'm getting enough blood. Also, now they can't come through that area, so now I've locked that off. Thank you, T-44. You've assisted in me staying alive. I'd love to kind of jump over there and kill those two tanks, but I know I'm going to take a shot in the side when I do that. But maybe I can pull one over on the IS-3. Nobody here? Oh, hello. I'm the biggest asshole in the video game! Sherman, what are you doing? Oh. Oh, you see, I knew there was gonna be someone there eventually. Alright, fine then. My engine's destroyed, but I'm pulling back. I don't need this shit. I'll get my own fucking show. I'm gonna get killed by the T-10 though. Or the IS-3. One of these guys is gonna kill me. I don't care though. It's already fucking over. Alright, fine. I took 200,000. I took 2,000 damage. Whatever. Good on you, 271. I knew you could do it. Kill that other stat pattern. Honestly, the games are just filled with vehicles that are just absolutely disgusting stat padding vehicles, like the E-25, the T-26 Patriot, the Liberty, the Chrysler K, the Scorpion, and honestly, a lot of the vehicles that aren't that just kind of blend in, and usually they die horrible deaths, like that A-44. He's a nice guy. He seemed like a nice guy. But I got 3 kills, so I don't give a shit. I did the most on my team. And arson. Oh my god. I'm burning innocent people at the stake here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh, it's gonna be a dark road here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that! Look, what? I didn't do anything wrong. I paid $41 to put my part in for this team. You all fell short. Honestly, if I had more money from YouTube right now, I'd gladly pay to make you guys work better, like this T-32. He needs maybe about $100 to make him a better player. But oh well. Yeah, we got money out of the deal, so don't matter. We're a horribly, morally bankrupt mercenary now. This is the future that all these people that continue to insult me for trying to play my comedy tanks the way that I wanted to. This is the future you chose. I hope you're happy. Let's keep playing. Oh boy, another tier 10 game. What a fucking shocking surprise, everybody. Looks like we're not going to be playing the game, or rather playing even less than we were before. Amazing. So now I'm kind of sitting here wondering, where do I go from here? I've already discerned that the vehicle that I enjoy the most is the one that is the most broken. So now what? Is the power creep going to continue? Am I going to continuously give Wargaming money to buy their incredibly overpowered armored tanks, which are the tanks that I've always wanted? And now that I've proven the fact that the tanks that I want to be able to drive are the tanks that are completely fucking broken. There's no honor and heroism to be found in here. Honestly, I fooled myself. I wanted to play a tank that was sturdy and armored, and I wanted it to seem weak in comparison to the other vehicles of its tier. I wanted there to be some sort of underdog heroism in it. This seems kind of irrational, now that I think about it. But you know what? I wanted that dream. I wanted to be looked up to. There's Fonto doing his thing. You know, he's unique. He's hip. He's one of us. He doesn't give in to the vices of this video game. He doesn't press 2 every 5 fucking seconds. He knows the woes of the average player. He's never gonna be one of those asshole unicums questing for purple numbers. He's not like that. He plays comedy vehicles. And he makes them work really well. It's a nice dream, isn't it? Can you fault me for wanting that? To be that hero? But, as we see now with me, well, driving this horrifying black monstrosity, that dream is irrational. I used to be a dreamer, and then I found that a dreamer doesn't stand a chance at all. So, now we spent about $40 so we can sit here and do things like this. I clicked you! What are you gonna do about it? Oh, he's gonna do something about it. That's why we're going back up now. Because I didn't see the Swedish tank destroyers over there. Oh, I'm being clicked. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh! I got clicked by yet another meta vehicle. Well, now we just jive in the middle of all this shit. You see, I didn't think there were any tier 10 vehicles on this flank. I was wrong. Oh well, I made a miscalculation. Let's see how this match goes, though. It would seem like that I am in fact starting to play the game a little bit more than I should. You see, it's a strange feeling. I'm entertained, however, that means that when I'm entertained, I start to play stupidly. I start to become more foolhardy. I need to stop doing that, remember? Because that's not the game we're playing right now. That was never World of Tanks, remember? That was never what this game was. And it will never be what this game is. Right? I was always the moron playing the wrong thing. Believing he was some moral crusader out to champion the good. The good and the common man of this horrible existence. Wasting beneath artillery shells and gold ammunition that has absolutely no balancing factor whatsoever. That's not how the world works, though. Or at least, not how the world of tanks works. See what I did there? Well, so, about the only thing we can do now is be a terrible person. Honestly, you know, it feels kind of hollow like this. This is what I suppose, feared. Playing a tank that's just artificially better than all of the other tanks, just to emphasize the point that I can play the video game, ruining all of the romanticism. You see, that's the thing. I'm obsessed with romanticism. I wish to wrap myself in a fantasy, whereas I am always the inspired but downtrodden hero to the masses. The one who can correct the balances. And now I find I'm not that person at all. I still find enjoyment in playing these kinds of vehicles. It's not completely hollow. It's satisfying some base urges to click on things and hit. Except when I get killed instantly in tier 10 games. I'll develop a strategy for that, though. We're going to be keeping this tank around. After all, we need about 3.5 million credits to buy more artillery. And modules for this thing. Or rather, equipment, rather. I keep getting those mixed up. But, well, now I find that it's not as hollow as I once thought. It's kind of reminding me of yet another epiphany I had. But that's a very long story. But in a similar sense, I did in fact realize that I was completely not the person that I thought I was, or was trying to be so desperately. And I was absolutely unhappy. And I was stoically hanging on to certain things, and I still stoically hold on to things of, you know, generalized morals, when things actually matter, not in video games, because here's the thing, no one cares. No one really cares. I mean, I'm still a good person, really. I am. I just spent $40 to, you know, play tanks that are completely broken with no balancing factors other than the fact that there are bigger tanks than me. But, like I said, I realized that no one really gave a shit. And that's why I moved halfway across the country. Maybe one day I'll find people who actually give a shit. Maybe it'll be the people on my YouTube channel. Those are the people who always seem to be there. The people on the internet, my friends. Not necessarily all of you. I would like to know all of you personally. I would, but the human mind wasn't really meant to memorize this many names and faces. Maybe in the future when I have, I don't know, a cyborg brain attachment so I can save all of your Facebook profiles. Not to sound vapid about it, but it seems it's not something I can do. I suppose this is, well, part of me becoming a mature person. Admitting my faults and living with them. This is quite an inspiring experience. Thank you, Chrysler K. I'm glad I spent $41 on you. You've shown me things, and that's about what I expected. But now, I suppose that now I will ride around being the Black Knight, the terror of this video game, when I'm actually better at the video game, or at least better at playing Tier 8 premium tanks in a Tier 10 game. Well, now that I have something that is enjoyable, and something that I don't have to worry about, or fuss about, or just infuriate myself with, maybe, just maybe, I'll actually care enough. Change has come, ladies and gentlemen, once again. And more common change than I thought. It kind of rhymes with what I've been doing, as I said. Oh well. Oh look. And the overpowered Czechoslovakian tank with the autoloader got Top Gun. Oh, 7 kills. Good on you. And now my team is arguing with each other. Remember, guys, just because they turned off team chat to stop the teams insulting each other, does not mean that your team is going to stop insulting you. Remember, it's 1 versus 14 versus 15. It's always been that way. It will always be that way until they actually turn chat off completely. That's the only thing that'll solve it. But then that loses some feeling in it, right? Let's see what this M40 can do. Well, he tried. You saw him. Better than me, I killed myself on this incline. Oh well. Good game, folks. Plenty more where that came from. Only 800 damage. Wow, we did shit that game. Oh well. This is the, well, I suppose this is the bonus of the eternal battlefield of the video games. The immortal plane of combat and contest. We are immortal. We can play until we get our fill. The only thing we lose is pride, that we didn't do it perfectly. But I suppose as you find, those people that do things perfectly all the time don't really exist. And even if they appear that way, honestly, their lives are shit. Do you think about, honestly, I think about trying to be a stat padder in this video game, or trying to be like the most pro player I could be in this video game. I think about it, and my mind just kind of falls apart, really. Do you know how stressful it would be playing this fucking game every single day? trying to always win every single fucking game? Like, I've seen it in situations where I have high win rates on my vehicles. The thing is, I don't want to play them anymore. That's kind of the strange thing. I get these trophies, and then I put them on a shelf, and I don't want to pick them up anymore, because I might stain them with fingerprints. Because the more I play a vehicle, the more I might lose. And the more I lose, the lower my win rate goes down. So I lose the prize that I have won. So, in a sense, in order to be the perfect player, you have to absolutely win every single game, and then stop playing the vehicles you've already succeeded in. This sounds like a hellish existence. This sounds like a soulless existence. I just wanted a cool game about fucking tanks. Because I like tanks, and I also like the Chrysler K, because it is one of those vehicles. Just on the visuals of it, you know? It's a very odd sort of tank. It comes from that 50s era situation with American tank design. I like to call it the showroom era, because of how it reminds me. A lot of these tanks were just simply wooden mock-ups, and they were presented on these these round stages, kind of like how car companies, which are mostly the companies that made these, i.e. Chrysler, presented their new vehicles on these like sort of rotating circular stages, you know, those cars from the 50s, you know, giant fins, you know, greaser jackets, you know, going to the malt shop with that nice lady under your arm. That kind of feeling. When I see tanks like this and the T-57 Heavy and T-10 or T-110 of any description, that's how I feel. Good shot, Ramba. So, I do kind of like this on aesthetic, and it's also black, which seems a bit garish in some cases, but however, honestly, it's quite fitting. I am the Black Knight here. I am the devil of this video game, and I'm enjoying it. Well, he shot through my... Man, that's a new one. And also, I just shot the Mammut in the side. Where? It's 3, right. Sorry, I couldn't read the actual fucking numbers, even though I should have been able to. Oh, hello, IS-7. Completely immune to all fire. Yep, that ain't going anywhere. I'll let the mouse handle it, I'll go around. I'm gonna just back up here and bully this defender in IS-3. I can take these fuckers. I will do battle with yet another Black Knight. The Defender. You see, that's another one. That's that bastard. He's cloaked himself in this honorable glory of this patriotic hero of the Soviet Union when really he's just a stat patter just like me. He's no better than I am. But he parades around with this title, Defender! As if it is some sort of heroic romantic note. Liars! And I'm penetrating that 704 with standard AP at this fucking distance. How's that metaphorical armor working out for you? Oh, he's firing high explosive now. I don't want to be shot by the 704 though, but it looks like the 704 is actually retreated. So let's try and track that guy. And wiggle ourselves out here. Ding, ding. Uh-oh. See, now we're gonna die. Except we're not! Because, well, gun accuracy! How about it? The IS-3 is still shooting... Actually, well, we can't pen him frontally, so now I'm going to have to load gold into the machine. Wait one moment, I will be there. Just in a second, I will handle this. Just wait. There's a tier 10 shell flying at you. I bet you didn't expect that! Ha ha! Remember, the showman was a villain. Ha ha ha! I missed, though. Oh, that was an expensive miss. Also, whatever shot me there, well, it was the artillery, but it missed. Hello! Goodbye. You say goodbye, and I say hello. Because I'm a contrarian, remember? And apparently right now the contrarian moment is not being the underdog hero, it's being the asshole in the overpowered vehicle. Clicking through the sides of IS-7s. You see, this penetration isn't actually all that bad. This is standard AP. It's got 200 millimeters of penetration. Honestly, I'm kind of sitting here wondering why it is that I don't do this well, or rather don't get this many shots in the Revalorize. Probably because it's a shitty tank, even though it is the Musketeer. I don't really like to call it a shitty tank, but it is absolutely frustrating to fucking drive. Oh my fucking god. This thing probably has more in common with Black November than Musketeer, though. It is the Edgelord, however, it doesn't have a giant fucking laser beam. However, it does have 260mm fucking gold round penetration, so... that's about as close to a laser as I'm gonna get. But don't mind me just talking nerd spiel about my metaverse robots. Well, 2,000 damage in a tier 10 game. Not a bad experience. Good game, folks.